it would be a good time for me to, do something a little bit different than I normally do here and just talk to you about
Morgan Freeman left
what's
the chat.
going
Thank
on
you
with
so
me,
much.
give you a personal update. I think it's really important for us to sometimes just talk as friends and not, me producing content as, YouTuber. I just want to tell you, like, on a human level, how things are going and how...
And this is a really big thing right now. Like, I know not as many people are as fond of, like, Asmongold as I am, but one of the things that he does is he has this Asmongold content, and then he literally takes time on a different channel to be like, hey, this is how I really feel about things. This is, like, me talking to you as a community, rather than, like, me having that persona when I stream. Some people don't think it's a persona. They just don't like him. But this is a really big thing right now, and actually people really appreciate it, too. So it's cool that she did this, for sure.
The channel's doing and all that stuff. I'll talk a little bit about the channel, about stuff that I've been doing lately, and just, touching base. If you've been following me on Twitter, then you know that I've been extremely upset lately about all of these scammers that are impersonating me on Twitch. So they will make Twitch accounts with names like Zorpla's HQ, Zorple underscore HQ, and they will stream VODs of mine to impersonate me, and then they will have...
It's kind of amazing that people can do that. When I first started streaming 14, it wasn't even Zepla that they did it to a lot. It was Mistech. So people would do like MT whatever or whatever, and a lot of people would go and it would say, so it wouldn't even be... It would be a VOD, but then the title would be leaving Twitch or leaving 14, and say that they were like giving away Gil or giving away like their channel, and they would have links that people would click on, and it would be phishing. And it's just like, this was happening a lot when I started. And like I would be streaming and I'd be like, can you guys tell, like, can you guys report these? So people would go to the channels and they would report them to Twitch, and they'd get taken down eventually. But unfortunately it took longer than we would like. And so a lot of people actually fell for the phishing scams, which is sad, but yeah.
Sub-only chat, so nobody can write in the chat. And then they'll tell people to click on a link. The link is a phishing link, and it steals people's account information. And then once they steal people's accounts, they use those accounts to send tells to people that are like, go watch Zepla stream. And it has a link to the scam stream. And look, I made my first video warning people about this in December of 2019. It's been over a year that I've been dealing with this. I reached out to Twitch for help on this in January of this year. And when I asked Twitch for help, they said, and this is, I'm reading, it says, as much as I can imagine, it sucks to hear, Twitch support can't help with situations like this.
I know that the wording that's used for a lot of things is to be like on par with the streamer, like to have like be on the same level, but yeah, I can't ban unless you have actual like and it's really hard too. It's the same thing with like bots and people that bot your channels. You have to have like legitimate proof and screenshots of like of the bot actually doing it. It's hard. But yeah, DNC is dancer. Yeah, but it's tough. And then it's just kind of funny because it's like the same thing that that Discord would say. Like if you put in a Discord partner app, it's like the devs at Discord are sitting around a screen, you know, watching your stream, and we'll check out some crazy magics to see if we can give you, you know, partner. It's just like, ugh. Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. But I think they're trying to be like on the same wavelength and try to sound cool. I don't know.
As we're separate from the moderation team. But with that said, I will have this looked at and see if there's anything else that we were able to do. Well, it's been a year. It's been almost a year since I wrote this. It's been over a year since I've been dealing with it. And yeah, I can definitely see that this has been looked at. They told me, oh, just tell your audience to report. And as I said on Twitter, I think it's extremely wrong that they put the burden of solving this problem on me and my audience when we are the ones that are being victimized by this. I'm extremely pissed about it, and I'm very exhausted, and I'm very tired, and I'm tired of
As the
talking
person
about
responding
it too.
to chat, yeah, exactly.
I just like, I want to ignore it
That is
now.
an easy
Like,
way to tell. And what was really crazy is, so what used to happen was people would try to get partner, and they would have, so it would be pre-recorded content that the streamer would have the cam up and then be playing pre-recorded gameplay. So the person wouldn't actually be playing, but pretending to play. And then on top of that, they would have view bots. So their views would keep skyrocketing and nobody would be saying anything in chat. Or there were bots that would actually make it so that they would say like really general stuff in chat, like, oh, hey, such and such, or congratulations, such and such, or whatever. And they would use it when they put their partner apps in. And so not only was it fake gameplay, but it was also fake viewership and fake chat. It's just like, oh, he just talked about it? Jeez. And then they can do it to other people. So like, I've never had someone try to viewbot me, but when I first started, when I was streaming WoW just for like something random, I was follow botted. Someone follow botted my channel. And I sent a message to Twitch, and I was like, "This isn't me. Someone put a follow bot on my channel. Like, I've posted in my stream title that possibly being botted. I've started my stream and restarted it, and it happened like all one night. And then I requested that Twitch remove all of those follows. So, and it can happen. It can happen with people thinking that they're trying to help you out, and it can happen with people like doing it maliciously. So, yeah."
I want to move on with my life and not talk about it again and ignore all of it. But at the same time, like, I feel horrible that it's happening. And I want to apologize to each and every person that clicked the link and say, I'm sorry that this happened to you. Or like, I'm ready to pull my hair out. I'm at my wit's end. And I don't know. It's been happening for so long that like for a long time this year, in the past year, I was able to just kind of like be like, oh, well, yeah, I was kind of numb to it. And I was just like, yeah, report. Make sure you report.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I don't know. Maybe it's just that I'm stressed with, like, everything else. Like, with the COVID having so many terrible side effects that I'm just started. I think I might have snapped a little bit. I'm just like, maybe that's one of the reasons I need to make this personal update. I just want to vent a little bit and let y'all know, like, how I'm feeling about all this. I'm genuinely so beyond frustrated with the lack of support from Twitch on this problem with the scammers. And all I can say to people out there is be careful on the internet. Don't click weird links from strangers. Don't, like, be safe. Be safe. There's phishing links all over the internet, not just on Twitch.
I would love it.
And you need to,
if I could do like an all craft, like a 14 all craft, and do podcasts with stuff and just discuss things like this, discuss like content creation, discuss like how they got into doing stuff full time, how I got into doing stuff full time, like what's your favorite thing to stream, like what content gets as much viewer increase for you, like things like that. What are your sub incentives? What do you play? Do you run Savage? Like, I think that'd be a lot of fun. Like, oh, let's discuss the changes in depth. What did you think about this live letter? Like, I would love to do that. I would just have to get a hold of people. So maybe someday.
Use caution out there. Remember, my name on Twitch has Zepla HQ. It has a purple check mark. Okay. Moving on very much. I do not want to talk about this anymore. So moving on, I mentioned COVID, and yeah, it has sucked, as you well know, as everybody who's watching this well knows. I am incredibly grateful for the position that I'm in, to be able to work from home, and I do count my blessings every day.
Same. Not only is it amazing that I was able to do this, it's amazing that I was able to do this with my life during such a hard time that like the whole world is experiencing, and then to get as much support as I have when I'm not even able to play the game right now because I don't have like the bitrate I could with moving. It's a big deal. So thank you guys so much. And thank you guys for today and every day. You guys are amazing.
For that, but at the same time, I think just the whole situation.
I could try. I could definitely
wearing
try.
Everybody down slowly. We should be in some alternate dimension excited and getting ready for Fan Fest happening. Like when it was first
Fan Fest.
announced, I remember thinking, oh, maybe I'll go to 2 Fan Fests this year instead of just one.
Same.
Such
Same.
simpler times.
I wanted to go to NA Fan Fest and EU Fan Fest because EU Fan Fest was supposed to be around my birthday. So EU Fan Fest was, I think, like the 21st, and my birthday is the 22nd of February. So I was like, maybe I'll go to NA and EU, and I'll get to meet people from both sides, and it'll be fun. I'll get my passport. And then all of this happened, and it was like, aw, you're so sweet, Diggs. You guys brighten my day.
Those were. I mean, I got sick the last time I went to Fan Fest, as did many people that I know. Like, the odds of you getting sick at a con, getting con flu, were very high, and this year's con flu was quite nasty indeed. So I'm glad that it was canceled, even though it sucks that that we're in this situation at all. Coronavirus in Ukraine, for those of you who don't know, I live in Ukraine, and I'm settled down here for good. Like, I have residency here, and I'm happy here. I don't plan on leaving, but the situation in Ukraine hasn't been great. We have 5,000 to 6,000 new cases per day, and I mean, a lot of people here do wear the masks. People aren't.
I think chat pretty much knows about everything with Ukraine. I feel like she went over there as a teacher to begin with, but now she does content creation full time. I don't think she teaches anymore. Correct me if I'm wrong. She's not from Ukraine. She's from NA. She's from the South. But she did move to Ukraine, I believe, to teach, but I don't think she teaches anymore. If I'm not mistaken, I believe she does content creation full time as well.
Aren't like up in arms about not wanting to wear the masks. Ukraine is not the richest country, so I heard a lot of people tell me that they think that is why Ukraine is very hesitant to completely shut down, or to shut down more, or to lock down more.
Thank you so much, Nine. I appreciate it. It's so sweet hearing that from people. I'm so excited too, because that makes me more motivated for after today's stream to get another YouTube video up and actually start my gameplay of Nier and record that. So thank you. It's amazing. You guys are amazing. I love it. And yeah, no, I love Southern accents. I like the Southern belle.
The gyms are open, and I myself am going to the gym 3 times a week. I absolutely have to, for my mental health. Like, I need to work out 3 times a week, or I will lose my mind. At the gym, they check your temperature right when you get in the door. You can't come in if you have a temperature. They have people spread out on the machines, and they are mandating use of masks. So, I mean, as for what I've been doing at the gym, in case any of y'all are curious, I have been doing deadlifts and squats. I did my best deadlift last week.
Deadlifts and squats are the biggest thing. Those legs and booty. And squats are also actually really good for like your lower stomach, especially for women. So like when women lose weight, you literally lose weight like everywhere, usually except like your abs. So it's so great. She's trying to get a butt. I mean, squats will do it, especially squats with weight. Or leg blasters. Those are great too, like that they do in the military. I did some of those. I was hurting for a really long time trying to do leg blasters. Shutting down, yeah. They're shutting down a lot of stuff again in New York now. Like literally, I think they started talking about shutting more stuff down again like Monday or yesterday. I guess yesterday was Monday. I don't even know the days of the week anymore. But yeah.
It was 55 kilos, 3 sets of 8 reps, which might not sound like a lot to some of y'all who are more experienced, but for me, it's taken me like months to get to this point. The squats, awesome. I can do 35 kilos. So
I did see that
it's just been nice to see the progress over time.
Yeah, a lot of people have been mentioning it. But honestly, I'd rather have it delayed and be perfect and not buggy when it comes out. And I do understand with people working from home. It does suck that everything is getting delayed, but now it's just kind of like, it's not like it's abnormal to hear. It sucks, but it's not weird, I guess, is the best way I can put it. I need to do more squats, yeah. to get the 2P booty, the 2B booty. Yeah. I don't know that, actually. I have a big butt. Yeah. It could definitely be more toned. My legs could definitely be more toned. I used to work out a lot, and I haven't worked out in months. But I have a big butt. Like when I started losing weight, I used to have like this bigger area, and I lost a lot of weight here, so now it's just like normal for my body. So I went from, I was a double D, and now I'm a C. When I started losing weight, but my booty did not get smaller. So it could definitely be more toned, though. It could definitely be more toned. It totally caught your attention. As in the garden tool? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Hey, Moxie. Is enough? You also skip arm day? I actually used to do more with like arms than legs. Well, I did a lot of squats, and then I just did a lot of lifts, like, and a lot of like diamond push-ups. So I did a lot of those to work on like my triceps. But I haven't done anything in a really long time, so I definitely do have to get back to it. Get back to being muscular. Like, I'm still lean, but definitely need muscles. DNC is dancer, the dancer job. Soreness interfere with your gaming. Struggling with the baseball player butt.
Time and feel myself get stronger over time, and it's done wonders for my mental health too. Also, the delay of major content patches because of COVID, while necessary, of course, has made content creation a little difficult because, I mean, one thing that I think a lot of people maybe don't know about content creation, especially for an MMO or a game that has the interest wax and wane with the coming of patches, is that no matter what you do or what kind of content you put out about that game, whenever you put it out around the time of a content patch, it will perform better. Like, the channel will do better because there's just more interest in the game.
And I've explained this before on stream too, and I've talked about the analytics, so I won't explain it again, but at least you guys know how it works out. I think I explained it for the Desparius video. When Desparius was saying, we need your help, you know, check out these 14 content creators, because 14 is in a lull and all of this stuff. And I kind of explained how it worked, and that I thought that, you know, definitely 14 should be given some love. As far as other creators, it's hard because I wouldn't want to tell someone to watch someone that they wouldn't want to watch just because they might be having more of like a drought in their content. I would want people to watch other people because they feel better. But at least, like, I kept saying play 14 because I think the devs deserve a lot more, for sure, a lot more recognition. And I would really love to see 14 be higher up in view count on Twitch, like comparable to WoW. But yeah, so I've talked a little bit of how it works. So I won't, like I said, I won't get too far into it. But for some people, it could be an issue, you know? Have I seen that nerf the female? No, I didn't see that. Did they really nerf the female Mikote butt? I didn't know that. But yeah, it is a great stress reliever, especially for jogging. Like, jogging used to be the same. Like, I literally would go jogging every day, and I wouldn't do it on a treadmill. I would go outside, and there was this path, this walkway, that was like 10 minutes from my apartment in New York, and I would go and I would jog the full length of, it was called the Erie Canal Park trail, and I would jog the full length. So it was probably like 2 miles or so, maybe 3. And yeah, it was a great stress reliever, especially after work. They had a butt, now it's flat. Oh, I didn't know that. You're getting adventure and need, nice. Yeah, exactly. On track with abs. That's awesome. I haven't been able to be on track with my abs yet. I used to be, now I'm getting a little, because I've been eating more, because I've been eating really good food. So, as DPS? Oh, that's weird. They have a back that goes all the way down there, like, but yeah, so, like, I'm still skinny. Like, I'm, like, normal size, but I definitely don't have abs as much as I did have abs. Do I have a Discord? Yes. Yes. Good food is better. And Chalk is a great cook. And, like, his whole family cooks really well. So I've been eating a lot. But yeah, this is the Discord. This is the social media. This is the YouTube. Well, that's one of my videos, but you can subscribe there. And then this is the Patreon, if you're so inclined to support the stream and the content in a different way other than the Twitch platform.
at a time, and then in the lull periods, the content droughts, everything will do worse. Like there will be less engagement, there's going to be less views and stuff, and there's really nothing
Better
you can
than
do
healthy
about
body.
that. There are ways that you can offset it so that the lows
You're
are not
welcome.
so low, and that's something that this channel has been able to do pretty successfully this year, and I'm really happy about that. But because of the COVID, making these droughts longer, making these dips between the times when there is new content to stir up interest in the game, that has definitely made things a little bit more difficult. So I just wanted to.
That scared me so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. Holy crap, that legit, I jumped. Thank you so much for the sub, Macho. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh. I'm better now, but whew. Okay. I accidentally misclicked too and even took it from being full screen. Most of us, actually everybody's pretty much spread. My main is on Ether. What I call my main alt, which is the other character that I play just as much, is on Primal, and then I also have a character that I'm leveling up on Crystal, Light, and Chaos. It is fitting for the spooky month, but it was funny. And this is just because I haven't changed it on my PC yet, on my desktop, but I do use dark mode YouTube on my phone, which is what I usually check YouTube on, so. I don't know, can anyone make ironwork crafting gear on Ether? Yes, those are data centers. My actual world that I'm on Ether is Siren. The world that I'm on Primal is Famfrit. The world that I'm on Crystal is... I don't remember. I have a character on Coral, but I have a character on something else as well. And then I think the character I have on Light is on Shiba.
Thank all of you who do support.
It doesn't necessarily matter what server you're on. You can't be Mateus. Thank you, Mateus on Crystal. You can't play cross data center, but you can play cross server or cross world. But you can't be in the same FC cross world. So you can play cross world, but you can't play cross data center and then the FC thing. Thank you so much, Skax. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is actually Chalk's parents' place. So I'll be at Chalk's apartment eventually, and I'll be able to legit play the game, and work on some other content as well. And then Chalk and I will be looking for houses too, so. Data centers instead of servers? Yeah, it makes sense. Because the story is so well done, there's little room for discussion of it. I think it depends. I think it depends on if you have a different viewpoint than other people on the story. I think that really helps, but it's tough when... It's even tough, like, even when you're not going through a lull. I've also seen people, like, not have as much support for new patches, because there will be new MSQ, and nobody will want to be spoiled, so nobody will watch the stream at the time because they want to wait until they finish that portion of the MSQ. So that's funny as well. It's funny that you mentioned that. I've seen droughts for people because of that too.
The channel between major content patches. I really, really appreciate you so much. Final Fantasy 14 especially, I think, is affected by this waxing and waning of player interest because of the way that it is designed. And I've spoken about this at length in previous videos, where it is designed so that it's okay for you to just sub and come in for the major content patches. Like Yoshida himself has said that is fine for you to do. Like, just go away and play other games. But in the meantime, as a content creator who is fully focused on Final Fantasy,
it's hard to do that when it's your main game for content creation, and it's also hard to do it when you're so addicted to the game, because you're like, I just want more. And I totally get that. And it was like when I was leveling through everything else, through Air, through Stormblood, all of the expansions were already out, and Shadowbringers already had a release date, and I didn't have to wait for the extra patches to get my fix, so I could just play the whole thing and go through the whole story. And then once I hit Shadowbringers, I was like, oh my god, I have to wait? What? I have to wait for the patch content? Like, but I've found a lot of other stuff to do while I've been waiting, and we have such a great community that I can do things like this, which I was really nervous to do, and we can just hang out and talk, or like look at different games, or like comment on other people's
I hope you level wherever
playing.
you want.
Thank you so much for the follow and things like that. So it's really great having the community that we have, and I really appreciate you guys more than anything. So, but I understand it. I do. Until you finish 5.3. Yep, exactly, Rez. A lot of people were like that.
2.14, it can just make those dips between the major content patches more difficult. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining here. I just wanted to, like, this is a personal video, and I wanted to explain to you how things work from my side of things. And
Right.
again, reassure you that this year with Shadowbringers,
Yeah,
the channel
the
has
to
been
be
doing
continued is
quite
like,
well,
"Ah, no."
and the dips have not been as severe as they have been for me in the past. I haven't been quite as afraid for my livelihood as I have in some previous expansions. I do think that everything will be pretty much back to normal around the time that 5.4 comes out, though, and it won't be as crazy as this year has been. One thing I have been doing is listening to a lot of hardcore history with the Dan Carlin podcast, and it is so
That's
good.
cute.
I've been listening to the King of Kings series,
but it was
and
a jumper.
It's
Yeah,
a story
it's a
about the
sweater.
Battle of Thermopylae when the Spartans are facing the Persians, and the Persians give them
That's
an
so
offer.
cool. Maybe that's something I'll have to do. I'll have to listen to like books on tape or like look at different interviews of things that I'm interested in and post those like on YouTube as well. Because for me, it's mainly like music and fantasy novels and stuff like that. And I forgot to bring books with me. I started the Wheel of Time series, and I'd left that book out of everything that I took to my mom's house to keep until I had enough room for all of my books. But I left that book out so I could bring it with me here, and I forgot. So that book is literally sitting on my couch.
And basically say, you know, we can strike a deal. We don't have to fight. Like, lay down your weapons. And the Spartans say, come and take them. And oh man, it's just so good.
Yeah.
If you haven't listened to Hardcore History, like you totally need to do that. Now I think I'm on the history of Rome part, and it's gotten me interested in reading about the Roman history myself. I actually just started reading the History of Rome book 1 from Titus Livius, or Livy.
This is upsetting me. This is making me even more upset that I forgot my freaking book, because she's like, so I'm listening to this and I'm reading this and I'm over here going, my books. Need to band together. Yeah. I think there's a lot of, because there's so many different things in 14 that you can do rather than just rushing to endgame, that a lot of different creators have different tastes, so it's more tough for them to be on the same wavelength. I think there's a lot of peace between people, and they're not as competitive with each other as other games, as streamers and content creators, but I do feel like that everyone is interested in different things, and everybody produces such different content, even if it is the same type of stuff. Like, you have Larry Czar, who raids like high end, but he's also like really silly about stuff, and then you have Drac, who, you know, raids high end, but he's just like a lot of his videos are just like him falling victim to Corey, and all of the Nest videos are still kind of silly. And then you have people who are really serious about it, talking about each patch, talking about news. And then you have people who just focus on housing and just focus on crafting and gathering. And then there's people who do a bunch of stuff. So it's not that I don't think that they work well together. I think they probably do more than other content creators, but I think that there's just such a vast diversity and interest that it's kind of tough to do something like an all craft thing. Whereas like when Asmin and Rich Campbell do all craft, they're like, okay, we'll focus on PvP. And there are like a ton of creators that are super PvP focused, super like high end PvP, 2,500 plus ranking. Or they're like, okay, we're going to talk about breaking the game. So then it's Rex Troy. But it's either high end rating or a high end PvP. I don't know what it's like for other MMOs, but that's what I feel like. So him try to optimize guild leaves. Yeah. So it's just like, I'm sure it could be done, but I think it would be a bit tougher because people play the game differently than other people. And they enjoy the game differently because of different aspects of the game. Because there isn't just like one mindset and one end goal, like there is with, World of Warcraft. And it's not a bad thing for either. It's just different. To try to be maybe I will try. Maybe, like, I'll try to get together something like Allcraft, and one day it'll be like, okay, crafting and gathering, go. Housing, go. Like glitches in housing, go. Like why? Or like get people on there from Nest and be like, okay, so you guys do high-end rating and you're obviously quite good at blind prog and creating strats and things like that, but how do you do it and be silly and still have fun? Or like what's your process of making the videos? What's your process of the artwork? Or doing something with Ms. Tech and being like, okay, so you're the other more serious side, although she still has fun and does like puns and is just slightly a bit dirty in her videos. But at the same time, her stuff is more like guides. Like, this is high-end rating content. These are the guides. This is the best way that we found on launch to be able to do these mechanics, and ask how they come up with that, what their process is. Do they have one person that really looks at the fight as a whole or records the fight and then goes back to the footage and says, okay, so this happened to this person, so you need to move here, or okay, this is how this mechanic works, or is it a group effort? Yeah, like a State of the Realm Mog Talk type thing. Sure. I think it'd be fun. It's definitely something that I'm interested in, and help me get it, guys. I mean, all we have right now is like word of mouth, social media, tweets and retweets, and I can try to reach out to these people and set something up, but it would definitely be a work in progress, and maybe someday. I think it'd be fun.
Which is oft cited by Dan Carlin. So anyway, I did not expect that I would suddenly become so interested in history, but this podcast is worth a listen. If you find yourself grinding in Bajra and just wanting to listen to something while you do that, I would recommend Hardcore History. It sounds like I'm sponsored, but that would be awesome.
It does sound like she's
I'm not,
getting Xana Crystal XR cosplay tomorrow during
listening to. I've also been spending weekends in the forest looking for mushrooms, because it's that time of year where I can go practice my mushroom identification skills. I've always been very interested in mycology.
That's cute.
Though even when times when I know
lived it right, exactly, Macho,
for certain,
and there's something for everyone.
What this mushroom
That's what's so good
and
about
that it is edible.
But I'm glad you're having so much fun.
Don't know if I'm ready to take that step to like actually eating something I found in the wilderness, because it's so dangerous.
You should do it.
I mean, I just really like
Zep. The worst that'll happen is that you'll have some weird side effects and you'll go on a little bit of trip for a little while, and then you'll be fine. Boil them down, small amounts, you'll be good.
Looking at them, taking pictures, and thinking I know which mushrooms they are. Found lots of fly amanita mushrooms. I found a death cap. I think it's a death cap. I'm actually not completely sure. I definitely wouldn't eat it. Something that looks like a death cap might not be a death cap, but it looks like that to me. I've heard death caps also can be called destroying angel. Some mushrooms have really cool names. There's one mushroom I really like. I couldn't find this weekend, but it's called dead man's fingers, and it looks just like zombie fingers coming out of the ground. Mushrooms are...
That is cool. That is cool. See, I love going out and I love hiking, and I definitely should take some pictures for you guys of the lake, and I love camping. So I should definitely go out and take some like pictures while camping. But my big thing is just like being out in the snow, or just like being out in the fall. I'm not as nerdy about certain things that I find while I'm out, but I definitely do love hiking. So I should do that at some point.
They're really cool. I also found some tracks that I think belong to a roe deer. I think it might be the back foot, or maybe it's a feral hog. I know that a lot at the beginning of this video was me venting, and I'm sorry it was so negative, but I just have to let you know the things that I'm stressed about and worried about. But some actually really wonderful things have happened as well, like care packages from some of you.
Yep.
Let me show you.
Cool.
Look it up. So in a recent...
Speaking of which, before I go on to this, once I'm totally set with where I'm going to be moving, I will be doing a P.O. Box / forwarding address for that. I actually get a lot of people who send me DMs and they're like, you know, I have extra of this, I have extra of this, care packages, things like that I would love to send you. And I've always been nervous about it, but I'm actually thinking of possibly doing that. So I know a lot of people were looking for that. So this is the confirmation. I am actually going to do it. I've been back and forth about it a lot. And I have accepted some stuff from people just at like my P.O. Box for work when I was working at the dealership, but I'm no longer there. So I'll probably end up getting some things so that you guys can send me things because a lot of people have been asking. So this is your, you know, like I said, this is me saying yes. I just have to get my butt in gear and do it and be settled somewhere before I do it.
In video, I mentioned something about Doritos.
Oh,
I said,
thank you so
I
much,
don't remember
Theo.
what the context was, but I remember I said Doritos.
It's really dirty.
But after that, one of
Crazy.
you contacted me, John, if you're out there, hey, thank you so much, and sent me Doritos, because I said on a stream after posting that video that I can't
Cute.
get Doritos here. They don't sell Doritos here. So I got 3 different kinds. You probably can't hear me over the bags. So I got 3 different kinds of Doritos. Thank you so much for sending me. John
So
also
cute.
sent some
Yeah, more good
Zaps
then.
potato chips, which are Louisiana chips, which I love those, and I did not expect those in the package, and they are gone. I don't even have
That's
them
so
to show you.
sweet.
Because I already demolished them.
Level wherever you
It was
want.
really,
Thank you
really
so much for
lovely
the
to get
follow.
a little taste of home that I didn't expect I would be able to get this year. So thank you again, John. And
I hope you love wherever you
another
want.
one of
Thank you
you
for the
who wishes to remain anonymous returned from Japan recently and sent me some lovely things too. I got Emmett Silk acrylic. So this is a stand. This is the stand.
I actually
and
have
this
that.
is the acrylic thing.
I actually got that from Gwyd. One of the things that happened with COVID was they had delayed a bunch of cons or canceled a bunch of cons, but they still did PAX East, Penny Arcade Expo on the East, which is in Boston. And I was planning on going, but I couldn't get the badges that I wanted. I got a Sunday badge, and then everything happened with COVID, and so I was nervous to go at the time. And Gwydion actually grabbed a bunch of stuff from PAX that was 14 related and sent it to me. So I have that when I get my house that I can put up in my stream room. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah, potato chips are great. Popcorn is my big thing. I'm a big popcorn foodie. For sure. I mean, I love all food, but popcorn is big for me.
decided to keep it in the package for now because I hope to be moving soon. As soon as in like the next couple of months, hopefully. And so I think it'll be easier for me to transport.
Like
if I
one of
keep
the
it in
cheaper
packaging,
mounts.
but that's the
So
Emmett
like
Silk
the
acrylic, awesome.
like
Also
the
got
Mex.
a couple of pins here, Dancer and Paladin. I also got this.
I wasn't reading Penny Arcade back in 1995 because I was only 3. But I do love Penny Arcade for sure. I love their WoW comic, and I love the Cake Batter comic. So, yeah, that's awesome.
Postcard from the Eorzea Cafe, which is super, super cute.
That is cool.
And I got this cup.
Strawberry jam.
Which is a bunny cup, which I have been showing off pretty often on the
That's
stream.
cute.
It's really, really cozy to use. I just like put my fingers. It's super cozy. I love this. I have vanilla Coke in it right now. And this thing that I have right behind me, this amazing floofy squish pillow. It's so
That's
nice.
cute.
It's like, I usually have it either right behind me or in my lap. I absolutely love this thing. It's quickly becoming one of my most prized possessions. So thank you very much.
that's
You know who
great.
you are. You're awesome. And I also got this Zepla XIV little wooden stand.
That's
which
neat too.
is adorable.
That's really
One
adorable.
day when I have like a proper recording room, like a studio, I'll be able to put this on one of those cool little
Same.
shelves.
I can't wait to
that,
get my
the
recording
YouTubers
room.
have behind them. That's my plan. I really don't know what I would do without y'all. Like, you bring me so much happiness and joy to the
Same.
community.